Hello everybody, this is Yusuf Fire here, back for another video. In today's video, we're going to be going ahead and taking a look at the Eyes of Tomorrow trick that I posted a long time ago on my channel. And it's just going to be a review on the bug or glitch that actually still works with this a year later. So during the time of that video, the weapon did have a damage reduction when it came to bosses, and yes, it still does, but they did fix the damage that it was supposed to have, so now damage is actually further increased. And this is also a little bit more of a video about the mods that I'm also going to be using, because a lot has happened in a year, and we have access to a lot more mods. So first off, I'm going to go over and show you guys how the bug worked a year ago and how it still works now. So as you can see in the bottom left corner of my screen, we still have adaptive ordnance. If I go ahead and shoot off 5 or less of the 6 shots of the Eyes of Tomorrow, you will keep adaptive ordnance as displayed here. As you can see, I shot, I think, 4 there. Yeah, 4, but if I swap back, I will still have adaptive ordnance. So the bug definitely still works. Now, how is this going to be relevant for next season? Well, it is actually assumed that next season is actually going to have an artifact mod that has to deal with rocket launchers. So if it works like anything like particle deconstruction, Eyes of Tomorrow is going to be incredibly strong for either stacking a debuff or just getting a flat damage increase. So now what I'm going to go over is I'm actually going to go over the mods that I use. So I also made a video prior to the Eyes of Tomorrow where I showed all of my mods that I use. But like I mentioned, a lot has happened in a year, and we have access to a lot of really strong mods. So let's go over this first. I call this my elemental well chain. It just requires 3 mods, and everyone should have these 3 mods. The first one is elemental ordnance. This is how we are going to get an elemental well. Defeating a combatant with a grenade spawns an elemental well matching your subclass element type. And it is very important that if you are going to use the Eyes of Tomorrow with this setup, you're going to want to be on a solar subclass, but I'll get to that in just 1 second. The next mod we are going to have is Font of Might. Picking up an elemental well that matches your subclass element type grants a temporary damage bonus for that weapon type. So, as you can see, we're on a solar subclass. Eyes of Tomorrow is solar. We're going to be getting the Font of Might damage increase. Those are the only 2 mods that you actually need. The 3rd and the 4th mod are completely optional, but will definitely help out your DPS. So, as we can see here, we have Elemental Charge. Become charged with light by picking up an Elemental Well. If the element well matches your subclass element type, you gain 2 stacks of charged with light. So, here we go. We throw a grenade, we get a kill. It's going to drop an elemental well. We pick up that elemental well, and we're going to get 10 seconds of increased solar weapon damage, void weapon damage, arc weapon damage, depending on the elemental well that you made, which also depends on the subclass element type that you are currently using. That is also going to make us charged with light, and if you're matching, you're going to get 2 stacks of charged with light. Now, this right here is the main setup. You could, if you want, use high energy fire, but I really like to choose when I'm using my charged with light stacks, so we're actually going to use Argent Ordnance. So as you can see here, while charged with light, readying or firing a rocket launcher grants increased damage and reload speed. Damaging a combatant with a rocket consumes 1 of these stacks with charged with light. Now, the cool thing about Argent Ordnance and how it works with Eyes of Tomorrow is since Eyes of Tomorrow shoots 6 rockets, you'd think it would take both stacks, but it doesn't. It only takes 1 stack and applies the damage to all 6 rockets. So let's go ahead and do a little boss check here using the bug. So we are going to find where the boss is real quick. Okay, there he is. Let's go ahead Scion up here. Go ahead, kill the Scion. It's going to drop an elemental wall right there. Pick it up. As you can see, we got 10 seconds of increased solar weapon damage. Swap back, and that did not work very well. But we still have adaptive ordnance and a stack of charged with light. So I'm just going to wait for my grenade to come back up, and then we will try this again. Alright, let's go ahead and grab this kill. There's our elemental well. Go ahead, pick it up. Make our way over to where we can see the boss. And boom, as you see, that was a bit more damage, and we still have Argent Ordnance as well as Godslayer Warheads. Because we swapped to the weapon, Godslayer Warheads will always stay up as well. Why, I don't know, but it works the same way as the Argent Ordnance works. And you can do this as much as you want. And somebody actually pointed out from my prior video that if you do this enough, you can actually fire all 6 rockets, and then you will still keep the adaptive ordnance buff, as you saw right there. Fired 6, and I still have adaptive ordnance. So it seems to work depending on how many times you pre-charge this. So let's go ahead and do that. Only shoot off 5. Still have adaptive ordnance. And we could probably shoot off all 6 and still have adaptive ordnance again. We could probably shoot off all 6 again, and we might still have it. Let's not get 4 kills. Yep, there it is. Adaptive ordnance is still there. Let's go ahead. Maybe we could fire it off one more time. Yeah. Okay. So depending on how many times you do this strat, or if you stack the effect by getting 4 kills and only firing off 5 of these 6 rockets, you can stack it up that way as well. So I hope this video helps you guys going into Witch Queen, considering that, like I said, this might be a top DPS contender for next season, considering that we might actually be getting an artifact mod that has to deal with rockets, and that's just speculation. It could be something completely different, but people have their reasons and stuff like that, because like prior seasonal weapons have showed that they're going to be the next seasonal weapon, but that's besides the point. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, but please be sure to comment and let us know what you think of the videos, and if you plan on giving this a shot for next season. So I think we're just a little bit under a month away now. So yeah guys, that will be it. Have a good one.